Welcome to the historical Darlington Raceway here in South Carolina for round 4 of the EPRL Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. The Truck Series drivers have an off week, and all we got this week is the Cup Series. On the pole is the 27 of Charles Jackson, and alongside in the number 8 is Kurt Kozlowski. Starting third is the 83, second in points Julie Stewart, and fourth is Kyle Smith. Rounding out your top 5, the Daytona 500 winner, Luke Martin. He sits fourth in the standings early in the season. So we're ready for 37 laps. Last season, the pole sitter won. We had a caution-free race. Will we see anything like that tonight? Who knows? We're going to, you better stick around to find out 37 laps from now. As we are just moments away from getting the command, we're going to send you down trackside to fire the engines here at Darlington.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the field of 42 fires up. 37 laps of racing at this 1 1/3 mile racetrack. Here we go. The field is rolling. A lot of drivers with different paint schemes tonight. And if we are able to get long green flag runs, which is expected considering we saw that last year, we will point out some of those drivers. Alright, so we got Charles Jackson in the 27 on the pole. Charles came close to winning the championship last season, but has had a tough start. He sits 29th in the points. Kurt Kozlowski starts up there as well. Kurt's had a decent start. He's 28th in points, 57 points, which is about half of what your point leader Jack Richards has. Jack has had an extremely consistent start to the season in the 11. Let's see, where is the 11? Sorry, it doesn't say Jack Richards, but that is Jack in the 11. There he is, deep in the field. On the pole, I forgot. Here we go, let's head back up to the front. Oh yeah, it is Charles Jackson. Forget things very easy. Here we go, coming down the front straightaway. Charles Jackson and Kurt Kozlowski are going to lead the field of 42 down, and we're underway in the Southern 500. We are green. Charles already is clear of Kurt Kozlowski. And now Julie Stewart's going to go after Kurt Kozlowski for second, and she's going to make that pass. Down the backstretch into turn 3 for the first time. Charles Jackson, the leader, is in the wall. Here comes Julie Stewart. Kurt Kozlowski is in the wall as well, and Julie Stewart out of turn 4. She's going to lead the first lap, but we already have a caution. And it looks to be for John Dillon. Andrew Schwartz. Looks like it was a pretty simple wreck. They probably pinched each other into the outside wall. That usually happens here at Darlington. Let's get a replay. Alright, here it is. John Dillon gets into the wall. Mitch Speed right there as well. John hits the wall, bounces off, hits Mitch. Then he spins out. Mitch Speed hits the outside wall, bounces off, and is able to save that 93 somehow. But then that's where Schwartz ran into the 12. He slid down the track. So yeah, an early caution here at Darlington is not what we were expecting, but a very chaotic first lap to say the least. A bunch of the drivers got up into the wall, including the pole sitter. We already got quite a few Darlington stripes and an early Darlington caution. Let's get you back to the restart where it's going to be Julie Stewart leading us back down. Alright, we are back. Going to get a restart here on lap 6 of 37. Julie Stewart's the leader in the 83. Second is Luke Martin. Third is Charles Jackson. Fourth is Kurt Kozlowski. And fifth, yeah, some of these names are off, Jacob Stumpf. 6th is Kyle Smith, 7th Stephen Dillon, 8th Jordan Polito, 9th Drew Austin, and 10th is Randy Carpenter. I'm sure the 99 is inaccurate as well. Oh no, that does say Tyler Williams. just thought of that one. So Mitch Speed is going to restart last, surprisingly, because these were the two that wrecked. Schwartz and John Dillon, but Mitch Speed took a pit stop, and that's why he is shuffled in the last position. So as we come through turns 3 and 4, Julie Stewart's going to lead us down to the restart. She's led the first 5 laps, even though 4 of them have been under caution. But it's strange because we had a caution-free race last season, and we've already had one here tonight. Through turns 3 and 4, Julie Stewart, Luke Martin, and Charles Jackson will lead the field of 42 back down. Here we go. Out of turn 4, Julie Stewart leads him onto the front straightaway. Flagman has the green flag in hand. And here we go. We're back underway here at Darlington. And Julie Stewart's up in the wall. Luke Martin is in it as well. Here comes Charles Jackson in the 27 fighting back. But Julie Stewart leads the lap and we stay green. So unbelievably, Julie Stewart gets into the wall but holds on to lead the lap. But Luke Martin is still struggling in the 55 to keep it off the wall. He gets into the wall out of turn 2. He hits Stephen Dillon. And now he's side by side with Drew Austin, but everybody is able to blend back in line. Look out, Apolito's on the apron. Now he's up into the wall. Luke Martin's going to try to pass him. Sam Young, Sean Galligan, the Auto Club winner. A lot more drivers getting Darlington stripes than we saw last year. Julie got into the wall. Now Kurt Kozlowski takes over the lead. Wow, Kyle Smith is up into third. Jacob Stumpf in second. This could get dicey. Side by side, and these guys have no grip. And and it's Jacob Stumpf gets into the wall. And looks like everybody's able to bypass him, but we have a caution. Caution is out. It looks to be for Schwartz and Dylan Young, Matthew McMurray, Pichu London, and Carter Kozlowski are all involved by the looks of it. Caution is out. Looks like Schwartz is involved in his second wreck of the night. Matthew McMurray, Dylan Young were also a part of it. Let's get a replay. Alright, well, this is a really confusing wreck. Everybody just checks up on the entrance of turn 3. Oh, somebody was in the wall further up. We're going to have to get you a replay of that. But then Schwartz runs into Carter. Then Mitch Speed just comes up, kisses the front left of Dylan Young, sends him into the outside wall. Pichu London is in it. Matthew McMurray. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out who got into the wall, because now this makes a lot more sense that somebody did get into the wall further up, and that's what caused everybody to check up. It looks like it might have been Brandon Bain. Oh, Breton hit Bain, sent him into the outside wall, and then everybody checked up because they didn't want to run into the 21. And then that's where all the carnage broke loose. Yeah, Schwartz just kind of got involved all by himself. He didn't get turned by anybody. He just ran into back of, I believe it was Carter Kozlowski, then he spun off. So Dylan Young, Matthew McMurray, Pichu London, Carter Kozlowski, Schwartz, they're all involved in the second caution of the night here at Darlington. Let's get you back with a restart, and it's going to be Kurt Kozlowski leading us back down. Alright, we're back with a restart. Kurt Kozlowski is out front in the Steakums Chevy. Second is Kyle Smith. Third, Drew Austin. Fourth is Randy Carpenter. And fifth is Julie Stewart. Sixth is Charles Jackson. Restarting seventh, Stephen Dillon. Eighth, Jacob Stumpf. Ninth, Luke Martin. And 10th is Sean Galligan in the 24. Let's go top 15. Garrett Jones 11th, Sam Young 12th, Cole Freilich 13th, Chris Summers 14th, and 15th is Aaron Williams in his first Darlington race. He's a rookie. Let's see how many rookies are in the top 15. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just 3 rookies in the top 15. That just goes to show it's a very difficult. It's very difficult to even finish these Darlington races. Obviously, last season was an incredibly tame race. I couldn't believe that. No lead changes, hardly any passing, and we were caution-free. But right now, Dylan Young is deep in the field. he is running last. So, Mitch Speed, I don't know where he's running. He's like 35th or something. He got involved in a wreck. That's the highest running driver that got involved in a wreck. But nearly everybody's already got their Darlington stripe, or 2, or even 3 Darlington stripes here tonight as we come out of turn 4. Kurt Keselowski and Kyle Smith, the front two Minnesotans, rocking South Carolina. Here we go, coming down to the restart. Kurt Keselowski leads. Green flag back in the air. We're underway again at Darlington. Kyle Smith has been around for a long time here in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series, but has never gone to victory lane. He was so close to winning the Season 4 Bud Shootout and wasn't able to pull it off. And oh, Kurt Keselowski's in the wall. Kyle Smith runs up on him. He gets into the wall, but Kyle Smith takes the lead out of turn 4. Drew Austin follows through in the 5. And the front 3 are able to keep it together. They don't get into the wall. And Kyle Smith actually has a little bit of a lead over Drew Austin, but he's up into the wall. Randy Carpenter gets into the back of Drew. Here he comes on the bottom. Carpenter is going to pass Kyle Smith for the lead. Julie Stewart follows through with the 15. Kyle Smith gets into the wall, holds up Drew Austin. Now that opens the door for Carpenter. He's trying to get the 3rd win for Michael Waltrip Racing in the first 4 races. Get every Michael Waltrip Racing car in a victory lane within the first 4 would be absolutely incredible. But the leaders get into the wall in turns 3 and 4 once again. Here comes Julie Stewart trying to regain the lead. She led the first 5 laps, and she's going to take it back on lap 16 of 37. Kyle Smith has gotten back in line. He's leading the 2nd line of cars, and now Carpenter is going to get up into the wall. Or maybe he missed it. I can't quite tell. He was really close if he did not hit it. And I see some smoke on the backstretch. Looks pretty fresh, and we are still green. Yeah, that smoke on the back straightaway doesn't... It looks like it was there very recent. We saw skid marks, and then we saw smoke right next to it, so it looks like it was a pretty recent wreck. There's Charles Jackson, the pole sitter, running 7th. Sorry, make that 6th, because now Jacob Stumpf has gone to the point. Julie Stewart has faded to 3rd. Uh-oh, Sean Galligan trying to win 2 races in a row. That's not how you're going to do it. Oh, Kurt Keselowski's up in the wall as well. Whoa, Galligan nearly got into the back of Kurt, and we have another caution. 3rd one of the night. Jacob Stumpf is out front, but Tyler Williams has wrecked. Dylan Young, Eddie Jones, Drew Austin, Sean Henley, Anthony Emery. This is the big one. Seth Cole, Trent Dunham. All right, this had to be a huge wreck. Looks like there was a few others. Maybe Courtney Simpson. Maybe Mitch Speed and Carter Keselowski. They looked to have quite a bit of damage. But let's get a replay of what happened, because it looks like it was a huge stack up in turns 3 and 4. All right. This is a very ironic wreck. Jordan Apolito, 78, and Tyler Williams, 99. 78, 99 at Darlington. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Apolito gets into Buchanan, gets into the wall, gets into Tyler Williams, and Williams just gets flat out sent. And look at this impact, 163 miles an hour. He picked up speed as he went towards that wall. That's a scary wreck right there. But then, was it further up? No, it was back here. Oh, that doesn't look good. Henley, uh-oh, this isn't going to be good. He's going to come right up in front of Trent Dunham, and they get into the wall. 2 good friends get into each other. Then Anthony Emery turns Drew Austin in front of Connor Breton. Did Breton get through that? Breton got some damage, but for the most part, he avoided that in a good way. And then this is where Balkan gets through, but Seth Cole gets into it. Eddie Jones plows into number 5, flips him over, flips the 47 of Anthony Emery, and himself. John Dillon and Courtney Simpson with a great avoidance going around it on the outside, along with Matthew McMurray. Wow. Rodriguez, Kozlowski, London. Oh, Dylan Young gets in it. So a vicious wreck by many drivers down in turns 3 and 4. A wreck that started in actually about halfway down the backstretch. Kind of out of turn 2 is where it started, and then it ended in about the midway point of 3 and 4. So a huge chain reaction, big stack up. And it's going to take out a lot of drivers that were hopeful of winning this race here tonight. The Southern 500 ends early for about 6 or 7 drivers involved in that one. So it's going to be Jacob Stumpf in the 39 with a new sponsor on the hood. He's going to lead us back down to the restart. Let's get you to it. Alright, it's going to be 16 laps of racing to go when we go back green. It's Jacob Stumpf in the 39 out front. Second is Julie Stewart. Third, Randy Carpenter. Fourth is Kyle Smith. And fifth is Charles Jackson. Sixth is Luke Martin. Seventh, Garrett Jones. Eighth, Stephen Dillon. Ninth, Sam Young. And 10th is Aaron Williams. 11th, Cole Freilich. 12th, Sean Galligan. 13th, Joshua Balkin. 14th, Kurt Kozlowski. And 15th is David Rochester. 34 cars left in the race. If you want to see who is out, we're going to pull that up for you right now. Eddie Jones, Seth Cole, Trent Dunham, Tyler Williams, Drew Austin, Sean Henley, Anthony Emery, and Jordan Balkin have all retired from this race after the most recent caution. We've had 3 cautions tonight. The first 2 did not put anybody out of the race because they were pretty tame wrecks. Had a few cars got up into the wall, spin around, but we haven't seen any crashes like that yet up until that point, and we hope to not see any other wrecks that big. And here we go through turns 3 and 4. Pace car is in a great angle. Look at that. That's a great angle as well. But let's go back up to this view as it's going to be Jacob Stumpf, Julie Stewart, Randy Carpenter, the front 3. We're back underway here in the Southern 500. 15 laps to go. Actually, it's 16 to go, sorry. As the first few stay very calm. On the backstretch, we're still single file for the most part. That's going to change here. Jacob Stumpf is up in the wall. Julie Stewart runs up on him. And Julie's going to take the lead as they come out of 4, but not without a fight. Stumpf trying to hang tough on the outside of the track. Isn't able to do it. Here comes Carpenter and Kyle Smith. Stumpf up the track again. Charles Jackson, Kyle Smith pass him. Here comes Luke Martin. In the 55, there's contact. It was a great save by both Luke Martin and Jacob Stumpf. And now it's Julie Stewart in the wall, Randy Carpenter in the wall. Here comes Kyle Smith with a power move on the inside. He's trying to take the lead away from Julie Stewart. Julie tries to block the 4, but he has a big run with Charles Jackson pushing him. Julie goes up the track. Kyle Smith back to the point. Oh, and Julie's hard in the wall now. She bounces off into the 15, slides all the way to the bottom. Now she has to merge without wrecking, and now she's going to hit the wall hard in 3 and 4. Jacob Stumpf behind. Somehow that wasn't a wreck. I don't know how, but they kept themselves from completely wrecking. But Julie Stewart got hit by Randy Carpenter, and I couldn't think of his name there at first, but Charles Jackson has pulled out to a big lead. It's funny because Garrett Jones won this race last year from the pole, but he led every lap, and there was no wrecks. It's completely opposite tonight, but the pole sitter still might go to victory lane if Charles can hang on for these last 13 laps of racing. And we have a caution. Kurt Kozlowski looks to be wrecked. He was leading this race not too long ago. Justin Muse, Pichu London, Schwartz, and Dion Scott. And we got trouble at the line. Dylan Young, Courtney Simpson, Matthew McMurray, Luke Martin is in it. Kurt with a good avoidance. Justin Muse is able to check up. Luke Martin's car looks to be pretty much broken. And we have the fourth caution of the race. Let's get a replay of what happened to Kurt Kozlowski and then a few more drivers. Well, ironically, these guys didn't all wreck right here, but these three were all involved in some way. Kurt hits the wall, bounces off into Muse, and then that's what sends the 8 around. Somehow everybody avoids the spinning number 8. But then watch Muse as he heads into turn 3, never mind. Watch Scott. He's going to merge into Joshua Balkin and hit the outside wall hard. And then Justin Muse merged as well. He got hit by Julie Stewart. Julie heavily involved in this. Jordan Apolito is wrecked. Luke Martin is in it. Sean Gallagher and Zach Buchanan get pieces of it, and Muse nearly flipped. Buchanan cuts off Carter Kozlowski. Kozlowski able to find a way around, but drivers that had been leading the race next on go, including Julie Stewart, Kurt Kozlowski, caught up in this wreck pretty badly. And then, I don't even know what Dylan Young was doing. He just, wow, that was a strange move by the 32. He caught Courtney Simpson and then just ran her up the track into Apolito, and Apolito is just, you know, minding his own business and gets run over. Matthew McMurray is in it. Watch Kurt Kozlowski. Stakeham's car behind. Whoa! That wasn't a tight squeeze to get through that wreck, but it barely cleared out in time for that to be an easy drive-through for Kurt. I mean, he could have reacted to that and really messed that up. So a good piece of driving there by Kurt Kozlowski. And it's going to be Charles Jackson leading the field back to the green flag, and we're going to have under 10 laps of racing to go when we get you back to the restart here at Darlington. 8 laps of racing to go when we go back racing in the Southern 500. Charles Jackson in the 27, the pole sitter, lost the lead, faded back, and now has worked his way back to the front. He's going to restart on points. Second is Randy Carpenter. Third is Garrett Jones. Fourth, Stephen Dillon. And fifth is Sam Young. Sixth, Aaron Williams. Seventh, David Rochester. Eighth, Cole Freilich. Ninth, Kyle Smith. And 10th is Jeffrey Finge. 11th, Jacob Stumpf. 12th, Ryan Acosta. 13th, Chris Summers. 14th is Jack Richards. And 15th is Brandon Bain. Julie Stewart sitting in 16th with a ton of damage after getting involved. She was in contention all night. Now she's going to not be able to contend for this win. But we got 8 to go when we take the restart. And it's going to be Charles Jackson leading, but I'm not going to bet, or I'm going to say he's not going to lead when we come out of turn 4. This is live coverage, so I know nothing. But I'm sure Charles is not going to be leading this race when we come out of turn 4 if this restart goes the way that it has been going. So you go from a caution-free race last season to what could be eventually 5 cautions in this race. We have 4 right now, but I'm expecting another caution. Making a few little predictions here, but Charles, as he comes out of turn number 4 in the 27 Duracell Chevy, gonna lead the field back to the restart. Randy Carpenter right behind. Garrett Jones looking for 2 Southern 500 wins in a row. Here we go. Green flag is back out. We're racing again in the Southern 500. And Charles just has to make sure he doesn't mess this up. We see a lot of the drivers get into the wall in 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2 are just fine because they're not up to speed yet. Once they head off into 3 at nearly 190 miles an hour, that's kind of an issue. And whoa, what's up with these guys? A bunch of slow-lapped cars are in front of the leaders, and Carpenter and Charles Jackson are in the wall, 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Garrett Jones with a power move to the apron is going to go to the point. That was incredible. Garrett Jones to the apron, back onto the track, takes over the lead. Now he's driving away from the field, but here comes Carpenter in the 15 trying to challenge the 18 for the lead. They're running up on these lapped cars, and 2 of them are pitting, but 2 of them are in the wall at the same time. Garrett Jones pushed to the bottom, but he's going to clear Pichu London. Randy Carpenter is going to get held up by Pichu, his teammate. And now 6 to go. Garrett Jones driving away, and everybody else behind is getting stacked up. Wow. Garrett Jones really does not want a caution right now. Oh, but he's up into the wall now. Garrett Jones in the wall in 3 and 4. Here comes Pichu London, and he gets into him. Randy Carpenter into the inside wall. He spins down the front straightaway, but we stay green. Pichu London trying to clear the leader. Garrett Jones, Stephen Dillon closing in the 22, side by side as we come to the back straightaway. We're still green after Carpenter got into the inside wall on the front stretch. But now Garrett Jones up the track again, and he's in the wall hard this time. Here comes Sam Young in the 44. Man, we thought Garrett Jones had this race won. And suddenly, he drops like a rock. With 4 laps to go, it's Stephen Dillon on point now. He hasn't won since season 5, where he had 4 wins in that single season, more than anybody. Look out, Stevens in the wall. Here comes Sam Young. He nearly makes contact with the 22, and David Rochester is able to catch these 2 leaders. And somehow we're still green with 3 to go. If we get a caution now, the race will be over. And Steven up the track again. Sam Young is going to take the lead because of it. Here comes David Rochester, the rookie in the 31. But now we're running up on John Dillon. John in the 12, is he going to be an issue? I'm pretty sure he's going to be. Steven, his younger brother, is in the wall in 3 and 4. Sam Young has to be careful. 2 lapped cars in front, John Dillon and Luke Martin. This could spell trouble. Here comes Rochester. John Dillon, Luke Martin just in front of the leader, Sam Young. Jeffrey Finge, he's closing. Sorry. I wouldn't even count out Freilich, Kyle Smith, or Aaron. Never mind, Aaron Williams might be done with that. But John Dillon is up the track. Kyle Smith, Cole Freilich, they're able to clear him. Now it's the white flag. Rookie Sam Young is trying to win his first Southern 500 in his first start. But he's not going to get it easy because Luke Martin is just in front of him, a lapped car. Here we go into turn 3 for the final time. Sam Young goes up the track. He's into the wall. David Rochester is in it as well. Here comes Finge out of turn 4. Finge takes the lead, and he's going to go on to win the Southern 500. How did Finge just do that? That's why he's a champion in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. I am speechless on how Finge just got that done. He entered turn 3 in 3rd. I have no clue how he got that done. And oh, Julie Stewart's in the wall as she comes out of turn 4. Man, a tough night goes from bad to worse for Julie as she had a shot at winning this race, got involved in a wreck. She's going to finish 23rd, and oh, just like last year. All right, hold on just a second. We're going to get this for you. All right, and then we're going to get a replay of what happened to Jeffrey Finge on his amazing finish. Oh, Luke Martin flipped. Look at this. Finge, boom, he hits the wall. Luke Martin hits it, then he gets flipped over. This happened last year. It happens in the Pepsi Racing Series. They actually call it a tradition at this racetrack. And everybody was trying to hit it, but they just ran into the wall and not the pit wall. Weren't quite able to aim it just right. But the race is over, and somehow Finge is going to end up in victory lane. All right, 4th car in line, 3rd place in the running order, Jeffrey Finge. Look at this. He's got 6 or 7 tenths to pick up. The 2 leaders get into the wall. He runs a lane lower, a lane and a half, and somehow comes out of turn 4 as the leader. About 20 miles an hour faster than the leader, gets around Luke Martin and wins it. I cannot believe what we just saw out of the Season 6 champ, Jeffrey Finge. And he enters this race 3rd in points. Now he has a win. This has been a very impressive start to the season by Finge. And now we're going to see how he can hold up on a road course in Cam Valley, as that is going to be race 5 of the season. The Truck Series will be off once again. They're not racing at any road courses this year, so You're not going to be able to see any truck races this race or at Cam Valley, but they will be back at Martinsville for their 4th race of this season. It's going to be the 4th race at Martinsville for the trucks. But Jeffrey Finge wins it over Sam Young, David Rochester, Kyle Smith, and there he is again on the right side of the screen, hits the wall, and Luke Martin. Yeah, Luke's night just went from bad to worse. He got lapped. He flipped over on pit lane. Just not the night the 55 needed after winning the Daytona 500 and 4th in points entering this race. But let's see. Ryan Acosta was 6th. I think I went over your top 5 already. 7th is Stephen Dillon. 8th, Brandon Bay. 9th, Charles Jackson. And 10th is Cole Freilich. 11th, Garrett Jones had a really good shot at winning it until late in the going, and he got into the wall. Aaron Williams, Chris Summers, Jack Richards, the point leader entering this race, and Matthew Rodriguez. I believe Jack Richards is going to leave this race as the point leader as well. Had a 19-point lead. He's going to have it by just a little bit over Finge, but Finge now has a win and has a lot of very solid finishes this year. Not a lot because we've only had 4 races, 3 solid finishes and 1 win to his name this season. We already showed you some of these drivers that were out of the race, including Eddie Jones, Seth Cole, Trent Dunham. Seth's season is not gone the way he needed it to. He's 41st in points. He finishes 41st here. Seth's season early is looking to be an absolute train wreck, but hopefully it doesn't remain that way for the rest of the year like it did last season. Had a few bright spots in there, but still was not a good season for Seth last year, and he isn't able to rebound, at least as of now this season. But after this 37-lap event, after a bunch of torn-up race cars, and after 4 cautions, bunch of Darlington stripes, I believe we had 42 drivers get their Darlington stripes. Everybody, I'm pretty sure, got it, including the pace car probably. But Jeffrey Finge winds up in victory lane for the first time this season, the Season 6 champion, proving he's a champion here in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. Let's get the celebration screen for the 42, and we're going to see you at Cam Valley for race 5.